Why can't you stay consistent? Hi, my name is Arjot Singh, and in this video, I will be basically talking about why you can't stay consistent. And why you should listen to me is probably because I am a very consistent man. I don't want to put any titles on myself. Usually, when people ask me what do, I just like to say I am a human being because that's one of the things that I think humans fall under the illusion that they are tied to their occupation. So, occupation wise, I'm the founder and head coach at Khalsa Mindset. I trade the financial markets. I'm a trader for Maverick Trading. And I am also a CMO for a luxury brand called Taz Lux. Link in the description. And, you know, these are just a few things. I have also traveled in Thailand. I have stayed in Thailand for months and trained Muay Thai every single day, every single week, every single month. That's consistency. Um, Anyways, besides that, I'm human. That's how I want to be known, as a human. And so let's get into today's topic: why you can't stay consistent. And what you need to know is that you are already consistent. Everybody is consistent. You are consistent. When you wake up in the morning, you consistently repeat the same actions. For most people, they will wake up and the first thing they will do is probably check their phone. If not, then you might wake up, go to the washroom, get freshed up, brush your teeth. There's a consistent pattern. And just like that, most people, and in fact, all people, they are consistent because they're consistently doing similar behaviors. They're consistently thinking similar things. They're consistently feeling similar things. That's what you are also doing. So the truth is that, in fact, you are consistent. You are super duper consistent. What you're trying to do, though, is change the direction of your life such that it is creating different results. That's what you want consistently. You want new results or different results because you are not satisfied or happy with the current life circumstance that you have. And what you have to know is that to become consistent in something new, it first needs to match your identity. So, for example, if you currently have an occupation, you currently have a fixed job that you're, consistently going to, you're consistently working at this job, you're consistently thinking about it, you're consistently maybe even stressed about it, or you're consistently stressed about money or your health or your relationship. It could be anything. You are consistent, and now what you want is to change the results that you have in your life by becoming consistent in different things. So the first key takeaway I want you to have right here right now is to know that you are consistent. You are a very consistent mother rocker. And so you are not the problem. You are truly not the problem. I want you to give yourself grace, give yourself love, give yourself the freedom to accept yourself as you are right now, while still acknowledging that you have certain desires that you want, and you have to now start matching your actions and your thoughts and your feelings and your behavior consistently to match that reality, that version of you that can actually have that reality. And thus, once you have accepted that you already are consistent, the only thing remaining now is to really realize what is it that you truly want. So if your life looks like this, but you want your life to look like this, what's that gap? It's not that you can't have this life. If you can think of that life, then God already has that life in store for you. He wants you to have it. Now it's a matter of how do you actually get there? How do you realize where you exactly are right now? What are you consistently doing right now? And what it is going to take consistently to do for you to get to this place that you want to be. So, first key takeaway right now is that you already are consistent. So, pat yourself on the back for that one. You are consistent. You just didn't remember that. You just didn't realize that. You just didn't think of that. And then, second of all, now that we know that you are consistent, now it's about what do you really want? If it's a relationship, okay, let's talk about that relationship. What do you want in that relationship? What do you feel like in that relationship? Are you safe in that relationship? Are you anxious or worried? Probably not. So, many things, and this could be in any category of your life. It could be your relationship, it could be your finances, it could be your thought patterns, it could be just your day-to-day feeling secure and safe and calm within yourself on a day-to-day basis. Could be very simple things. And that is not very simple because a lot of people are chaotic. You might be too, internally. Life on the outside might look like everything is good, but then inside you hate it. You hate your life. And I know people in very high professions and places in their corporate ladders, and even entrepreneurs that are doing really good on the outside, but on the inside, they're not very happy. They're not very secure with themselves. They feel like imposters. They feel like they want to be doing more with their life. They are not satisfied. And you might be in the same boat, and you probably are in that same boat. And so, one of the things I do with my clients is to really realize what is that first thing you want? What do you truly want? And this can become very detailed, and the more detailed it is, the better, because the more you know about yourself, about what you truly desire, what is that lifestyle that you truly want. For example, I could be sitting in a suit, going to a studio, which I have done this, go to a studio, be in my suit, because normally when I go out and I'm networking or I'm just on my day-to-day basis, I'm in a suit. But right here, right now, as I'm recording this, I just thought hey, I just want to live my life. That's how I want to live. I want to be paid to exist. That's how I think. That's what I personally want. What you want can be your thing, whatever that is. But everyone has a desire, and this desire comes from the Almighty God, the universe. That's where this desire comes from. And if you have been given a desire, that means it already exists. And if it already exists, all you have to do is align yourself with that version. So, me personally, I like to work like it's play. So the moment it starts feeling like, oh, I'm working, then I know I am misaligned. I am not identifying myself as the version of me that can have the life that I want. And so the version of me that has the life he wants is the version of me that treats work like play. And his play is his work. And that's how he lives. And so, because of that, I decided to today, just while I'm on my run, I'm just training Muay Thai right now and I'm doing fitness and stuff. The original intention for me was to actually go to the studio and, get ready with a full script and be line by line and know exactly what to say. But that's not really me being consistent with the version of life that I want. And the version of life that I do want requires this version of me that can just take my phone out, No fancy equipment. I don't even have my fancy expensive camera right now. I just have my iPhone, my AirPods, and no script really. It's just how I would actually coach my clients, how I actually do that. And so this for me is so easy. It's so seamless. It's part of my life. And then that makes me happy. That makes me calm and secure. And so that is a consistent thing that I can do. And so I will do that. Right? So what you have to know is that you already are consistent. The only inconsistency there is in the fact that you are consistent with something that maybe you do not actually want. So the real question then becomes, what do you actually want? And that's the first thing I help my clients go through. We really, on the onboarding and in the initial phases, it's all about, what do you actually want? Why do you actually want what you want? And then once these things are really clear, then it becomes, who do you have to become to get that thing that you want? What does that version of you look like? And so, for example, if you want to be more financially secure than you already are, then it becomes a question of, why do you want that? And then how would it actually feel if you had that thing you want? So let's say you have $1 million already, and now you want 2 million, for example. How does it feel like to have 2 million? And so then when you answer these questions, what does the version of you think? The $2 million version of you think? How does that person think? How does that person feel? And when you start becoming very consistent on a day-to-day basis with that version of you that you have identified to be, then consistency is, it's a easy game. You already are consistent. You're just consistent with the wrong trajectory in your life, so to speak. You just have to become consistent with the correct trajectory with your life. All right. So with that, I'll end today's video. The key takeaway is that you already are consistent. It's a matter of, what are you being consistent towards or consistent at? You can have anything you want in this life because God wants you to have anything you want in this life, and God gives you the desire. So whatever desire you do have in this life right now, it's given by God. And if it's given by God, that means it is already done. You already have that. It's a matter of, do you know that? And do you know what it feels like before it even comes into your reality physically? On a subconscious level, on a spiritual level, do you even know what that feels like? So if you want to win a race, for example, let's say you're Usain Bolt running the 100-meter race, you're basically training your mind to be a winner of that race before you have even won. You are competing in the Olympics. You're not going in and thinking, oh man, I'm gonna lose. You're thinking, I am the winner. I am the best. I'm the greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali style, Mike Tyson style. Like, I win. I am here in this race after 4 years of training because I am here to win and nothing else I am going to settle for. And then you give it all in on that race. You don't say, maybe the next 4 years later, I'll come back and I'll try to win. I won't give it my all this time. I'll give it next time. You don't do that because you are that Olympian winner. And that's the same way with your life. So maybe you are working at a corporate job or a career, or you have a business that might be good on the surface, but inside you just feel that it's not it. And so then it really becomes a question of, what is that it? Because you are consistent. You are so powerful. You are so smart and intelligent. And that's the kind of people I work with. And that's why you're listening to this. All right. I'll leave you to that. I'll see you on my next video. And if you want to work with me one-on-one, what I do is I help professionals shift their internal world. And by making that internal shift, by becoming extremely clear of who they are on the inside, then the consistency of actions become very easy. And I don't just do that. I then also, once the internal is in place, once everything is in order in-house, which is inside you, once you become very conscious and aligned internally, then I really help you with also taking that action and making the step by step process in the external world, what that looks like. So, some clients need help with sales. Okay, let's get you better at sales. How do we do that? Let's practice sales. Let me give you a script on how to become better at sales. Or some people, some clients really need help setting up the back ends of their system. They're not very tech savvy. Okay, let's help you with that tech savviness. Let's help you with the back end stuff. Because now that everything on your internal world is clear, everything that you do afterwards, all the actions you take, all the consistency you do that is required on a physical level to actually execute in the real world to generate the results you want, that just becomes like a step-by-step thing, like a textbook, going to school and then it's a textbook and you're reading on the book, this is this, x equals to y equals to z, that kind of thing. That becomes a very simple process. That's just information. So if you would like to work with me one-on-one, check the link in the description. There should be a form. Just fill it out, and then you'll see if you're a good fit to work with each other. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.